Hello, good morning, or I guess it's afternoon now. Welcome to Trans Voices of Love and Kindness. I'm Regina, and you are you. So here we are. It's the week of Thanksgiving, and life is good. I mean, there's so much to be grateful for in this old world, and so much, uh, that we need to fix. Um, oh my stars! It's so good to be here. I'm going to try and take care of business here while I can. Um, while I'm thinking about it, if I get the right thing up here, I don't have. Oh, here we go. I'm still trying to get this all worked out. So subscribe, get notifications. Maybe I should wait until we get more people in the room here. But subscribe, click the notification bell so you know when I start, because I'm probably I'm going to try and be regular at Mondays at 12:30 Pacific time, but who knows when I might pop on or whatever. Or maybe I'll even start advertising a little bit. Anyway, aside from all of that, life is good. So we did the whole, and hit the like button. Let's build this channel. Let's do it. And there's that one. And then we're brought to you by Ray's Roast. And where'd that other thing go? Oh, it's in the brand section. Logo here. I like that. There. That's the cool one. It took me forever to figure out how to get something to go. And that's my label. So woohoo. Life is good. Anyway, hide that and then go back here, hide this, and let's get comments going here. Oh my gosh. Hi, Lara. Hi, Charlie. Oh gosh, where's the food? And oh, you want me to serve lunch? Oh, for heaven's sakes. That's probably not going to happen, but I don't mind if you eat lunch while you listen to me ramble on about a whole bunch of, whatever's happening in the world. Hey, before we get going too far, I figured, if YouTube's going to cut me off for saying this, let it, let's do it before I get the whole show out. But ceasefire now. Come on, let's do it. Let's all get together and do a ceasefire. I'm not big on genocide. Anyway, enough of that. That's a bit of a, enough of that. It's on my mind all the time. And I don't know, I don't want this to devolve into a political thing, but I think it's kind of wrong to not be able to say anything about unless about stopping the genocide. And then, and then to be called anti-Semitic, anti-Semite, if you say anything. Anyway, and so that's that. We're done with that now. So I've been reading about the gift of mortality this morning, and thinking, I've been reading this book about, oh gosh, what's the name of that book? My mind just goes blank. I get on here and I start yapping. Now my dog's outside wanting back in, and he's so much happier out there. Just so much happier. He's sitting out there barking because it's cold, and he's miserable. And oh my. So here we go. maybe I should get up and let him in. But then you would see that I've got nothing on the bottom half of me and that I'm just sitting here in a top. No, not really. But I like to tease with you. So you guys are just chatting up a storm here. What's this one? Okay. We got you covered, Lara. It's sunny here in the Northland in southeastern Washington. It's pretty sunny out, but it's not very warm. Hovering right around 40. I get so screwed up talking about temperature. I talk to Marty all the time, and we're always talking in Celsius. And then I talk to you folks, and then it's like back to Fahrenheit, and it's about 3 degrees Celsius here, and I can't just keep switching back and forth. Anyway, what all do you want to talk about? I had so much fun at the farmer's market the other day. Hi, Eva. Glad you could make it. This is our regular time, I think, for now anyway. This is what I'm shooting for. Monday's the best day for me because I normally don't do much on Monday. And then this kind of time gives me a chance to have a nice slow morning, and then when we're done, there's still time in the day to get stuff done. And so this works out really well for me. And I hope it works out well that we can create an audience. And I mean, I know a lot of people got to work and they can like watch us not live. And I mean, oh gosh, not everybody's going to be able to see it live. That's for sure. And this way I can chat with y'all. So I don't know. I went to a play Friday night, a little local community theater play of The Little Mermaid, and I was really freaking impressed. Really impressed. It was a brand new director that the theater has never had this guy before, and he did a wonderful job. Some of the sets were a little sparse and there was a little too long between them, but they were very creative, a lot of puppeteering going on. And I think that's what made it magical for me. And the little kids, are always a hoot. The parents must be so proud. And they got them into places where they couldn't make mistakes doing things. And so it was really kind of cool. The coffee is provided by Ray's Roast Coffee, and we're drinking the very last of this coffee that I got from Brazil. And maybe I've talked about it before on Marty's show, but this Brazilian Misterio is grown down in where there was a UFO crash back in 96 or 97. And so it comes with all these flying saucers on the bags and whatnot, or on the big bag that I get. And I was trying to do something like that, but I just couldn't get it together to make a new label for a couple of bags of coffee. But oh my stars, it's such a good coffee. And when I was like bagging up the very last bag, I had like 4 ounces. It was going to be my share. And then the bag there to sell at a pound. So I just added that 4 ounces and wrote mine on it and brought it home. And now I'm getting down to where I've got about that 4 ounces left. It has been a delight, a true delight in the world of coffee. And so yeah, I love this. Always looking for the Disney kids movies coming out so we can have an excuse to go with the grandkids. Amen. Yeah, that's great. It's always fun to do stuff with the grandkids. I mean, I don't live anywhere close to my grandkid, and my grandkid's like in engineering college now. And so, yeah, it's like in the engineering program at the University of Washington. And so that's pretty spectacular. Anyway, oh my gosh. Oh. So at the farmer's market, I started talking about this a little while ago. I like am right next to a home crafter ale salesman. I mean, he like makes craft beers at home and comes in and sells them. Not that I care about the beer so much, but he's a character. And since my cheese lady quit, I've been looking for somebody to characterize with, and him and I have started getting a pretty good rapport going. He's a young fellow, got brand new baby and nice wife. And so we started talking about music the other day. And I was surprised that he understood about the kind of music that I listen to, because I listen to most anything as long as it's old and bluesy or jazzy and or even good old quality country. And we just had more fun and was sitting there digging stuff up on our phones and showing the other one and it was great. He turned me on to Hayes Carll, and that was kind of cool. I was listening to a little bit of it this morning, and then there was something else that popped up on, that I had downloaded a week or two ago, and I hadn't listened through it once, I think, but it was old Sir Douglas Quintet stuff, and I just love that dude, and but it was really jazzy, a lot different than the normal rock and roll and country stuff that plays. It was like a big horn section and almost funk, and I like that too. And it was good listening. So aside from all that, I've been like into the big asides today. It is so good to be here. Blair's giving me a thumbs up on the good old-fashioned country. Right on. We were talking Ray Wiley Hubbard and all kinds of, some of it's more Americana kind of music. But a joy for me to listen to. I had those years back in the old days when I was living out on the farm and oh my stars, memories. It's kind of difficult sometimes to talk about that because I'm not sure. I used to struggle talking about it because it would kind of be dysphoric in a certain way. I would have trouble, separating my history and my now, and now I've been transitioned long enough that it doesn't freaking matter. I'm Regina, and that's all there is to it. And so, um, the tales become less gendered, if that makes any sense. You know, I ain't given up my past. It took me all my past to get to where I'm at today. And I kind of like that. And it is a joy to be myself today. So who's Dua Lipa? Lipa? Eva? I'm not familiar at all. At all. So I mean that's wonderful. I mean, there is all this new stuff out there in the world, and gosh, every once in a while I believe that I might like some of it if I ever hear of it. I don't listen to the radio at all, and I've gotten to where I'm afraid to like do many searches. So it is just like comical in a way. I did learn that like I like Mumford and Sons and the Avett Brothers and some of those people like that, but Dua Lipa? I don't know. I don't know. Where'd Zen go? She's a new pop singer. I suppose she's just popular as all get out, kind of like Taylor Swift and all that. Whom, I don't know anything about Taylor Swift, quite honestly. If I heard a song, I probably wouldn't be able to tell you it was hers. And oh gosh, so it's funny as we go through time. I'm over 70 now, and so I've been kicking around this planet for a good number of years, and things have changed since I first heard Chuck Berry in the 50s singing Johnny B. Good, and not only have I changed a little, but music has changed a bunch in all that time. Well, it still keeps the same roots and whatnot. And I always used to marvel at my father, who lived to be 90 years old. And he was born in 1918. So, can you imagine the difference between 1918 and, I mean, the First World War had just ended when he was born, and what would a 90 be? 2010, 2011 was roughly when he died, in that area someplace. And so then you start thinking, God, they just barely had electricity in 1920, and then we had all these computers. Like, he would never. My sister got him a cell phone one time, and he would never use that thing. It was just so foreign to him. He'd go to the old rotary dial thing, and it was just comical for us, because, oh gosh, I'm not half bad when it comes down to computer stuff, for an old gal, but I can always learn more from kids. I have quit listening to music on the radio. No rock anymore. You know, I quit listening on the radio about 1969, about the time that I started smoking marijuana and underground music took off. About the time they wouldn't play Janis Joplin on the radio, and the best underground stations were the one right up here. And so that's my story. I have never been much for listening to the radio. And look at this. I listen to Regina Canoe. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Zen Floater. Keep listening and I'll keep putting it out. I'll keep putting it out. Here we are. We're back. We're back. Back with a vengeance. And oh, my stars. Not getting a lot of people listening today, but well, such is life. Such is life. Who's our in-house preacher, leader, human? Are you referring to me? So, yeah, Larry and I talked last night a bit, and one day we're going to have her come on and we're going to talk environmental stuff and find out what she's been up to. Maybe, I'm not sure when. That's kind of on my schedule, and we'll figure it out one of these days, but it'll be kind of good. I'm kind of waiting to see if Casey ever contacts me and I could reach out too. I'd kind of like to see her come back for a show too, and just kind of reunite the old gang once and see what happens. Just kind of moseying around and does that mean Regina is going to start singing? Oh, my stars. Eva, do you think I should? You've heard me sing before. It's really not very good. If somebody sends me a bucket, maybe I'll be able to carry a tune. If you know what I mean. I have this beautiful voice, but it's that tune that I can't carry. Yeah, fresh off the environmental conference. That'd be good. We will see. We will see. I'm going to try not to make promises I can't keep. And so if I don't make promises, oh, mercy. So here we are. What else? I've covered a little bit of everything here. Anybody doing anything exciting for Thanksgiving? Of course, there's 3 of us here, and 2 of us live in the country that is having the Thanksgiving, and the other 2 don't. So, oh no. Look at this. Hey, if you bring me on, I'll make you sing with me. Don't keep that promise now. That's not something we all want to do. We all want to hear is me singing. Maybe I should start practicing. Then I'm going to have to I'm not going to show that you're laying in bed naked. Oh, for God's sakes. I wasn't expecting that comment. Where's my moderators? Where's my moderators? We need Christy back too. That's funny. That is funny. Anyway, it takes time, build it all up, and it'll take time to get the gang back. And I just don't have a lot of time to do stuff. You know, there's a lot of background fiddling around with the computer. That's what I need a director for. And you know, Eva, are you guys having that heat wave down there like they are in Brazil? Did you guys all see where Brazil was up to 137 degrees or 58 degrees Celsius? Is it that hot there, Eva? I mean, New Zealand's a little further south, so it gets currents off the Antarctic, doesn't it? I mean, it's more like Northwest weather. You know, I always delve into these things. I wanted to talk about that. You know, we need to start thinking about doing whatever we can to lower our carbon footprint. And, you know, along with saying ceasefire now, we need to be like, stop supporting the oil companies, stop supporting drilling. Oh, wow. So it is there. So is that like all across the southern hemisphere, I wonder? I was talking to somebody in Ecuador a little bit. They were way up in the Andes. And I didn't think to ask them about how hot it was up there. Well, no, you're not putting out any carbon if you're laying in bed. There's a whole path I could go down right there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to resist it, Zen. I'm going to resist it. So, wow. Eva, how warm is it? Do you know right offhand? Or just generally, you know, is it like 58? Or even in the 50s? You know, I was talking with somebody, I think it was Marty, and we were talking about the temperature, and when that heat dome was there on the west coast of Canada a couple of years ago, when it got up to 120 up in the Yukon country, you know, she was talking 40 degrees, which is like 40 degrees is 104. God, we're like 104 all summer long here. Not that it gets much warmer than that, but, you know, up in the 40s is pretty normal, or right at 40 degrees Celsius is pretty normal here. And then winters, you know, we get 10, 20 below Celsius or down around zero. I guess I don't know what that is. I could figure it out pretty quickly, but Above normal temps at this elevation. Cool. Anyway, well, I've made up my half hour. This is about all I'm shooting for these days is a half hour. And my webmaster, mistress, however you want to say it, the young lady that takes care of my web is supposed to be coming here this afternoon. And so I want to be ready for her because I've put her off several times now. Yeah, we're having to rebuild the coffee web page and find a new host for it. I mean, the host thing was just a little tweak because the host that we decided to go with is the one who bought the company that was raising all the rates horribly. And so we'll see what happens. And I hope that it's not too disruptive to my website, but we should be shifting over here in the next day or two. And so I got work to do this afternoon, as much as I don't want to. Oh, okay. So are you Fahrenheit, Eva? So you must be Fahrenheit. Hey, thanks for coming in, Laura, and good to see you. So yeah, we'll talk during the week. And I am not redesigning. I don't know how much she's going to change it. She really is. She's a marvelous young woman, and I give her a job to do, and she takes care of it, and then she shows me what she's done, and that's part of why I love her, is because I don't have to be right there guiding her all the time. So I don't know what it's going to look like. Will it be redesigned? I'm kind of hoping that we can be similar, but I kind of look forward to it being different too. And so yeah. And you really think Lara's going to get her guitar out and make me sing old cowboy songs next week? Wouldn't that be interesting? So, hey, thank you all. And we'll be seeing you next week about this time. I've enjoyed our chats today. I hope I made some sense. And did Eva already leave? Or she's on a delay because it's on the other side of the planet? So, oh my God. Yeah. Oh dear. Okay. Hey, love you all, and it's so good to see you, and thank you ever so much for tuning in. And oh, you are still here, and so good to see you too, Eva. I've missed you over time. I enjoy people all over the world, and so I get to kind of like stay connected with you being here. I've got somebody down there in New Zealand now. So wonderful. I'm so glad you're here. And So I'm going to get out of here because I just feel like I keep repeating myself. My dog's barking outside. He must be just beside himself. And yeah, let's see if we can build this channel up a little bit. And oh, I know what the big news is. I almost forgot. I almost am ready to move all this back into the studio now. So when I got the high-speed internet, I put it at the other end of the house. I came in a different room rather than right here in the dining room. And I've always kind of hated this mess right here in the corner. And so I had this room that was just a catch-all. I called it my puzzle room. I would do jigsaw puzzles back there in the winter time. And so like I'm going to order the green screen when I get done here. And then next week, I'm hoping I am just really close to being ready to move back there. Got to shift some more stuff away and see if I can see where we're at. You know, it's going to take a little more doing, but I've made a lot of progress, thrown a lot of stuff away and stuff that nobody cares about anymore. So yeah, so maybe I'll look a little more professional, you know, have the microphones out there. And of course, I don't need a microphone with this computer. There's nothing that I can do to plug it in. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Fried chicken would be not, you know, I was like, someplace where there was a little bit of a potluck going on, and there was this chicken sitting there, and I took a bite of it, and oh my God, it was good. It was some like Champs chicken. I'd never heard of Champs, and I've never seen it anyplace else, but I stopped and got some. So yeah, maybe next week I'll have some chicken here, you know, for you, Zan. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And I'm pretty sure it won't be KFC. It's too far away. You know, KFC is like a 30-mile drive. So anyway, hey, I've gone on for another 8 minutes past my time. I'm like going to be honing in on an hour here, which is, you know, a little too long. Y'all get bored with me. So anyway, love you all, and we will see you next week. Unless I jump in before, I don't know. Maybe I can keep that as an open issue too, is jump on here and see what happens. Anyway, love you. Bye-bye. Have a good day. And see, how do I get out of here now? So we'll like do the blue wave and music. Music, maestro. Bye-bye, all.